Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurudeva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Our general notions, rather erroneous notions that we have, because of which in this world, in this ever-changing world, samsara, even though we have moments of joy, but on the whole, it is suffering only. Whether it is attachment, whether it is fear, whether it's the negativities of the mind, whether it is death, all these things cause sorrow in our mind. And those who become aware, even though everybody wants happiness, those who become aware want to free themselves from these encumbrances, these sorrows. And later on you find out that these sorrows are there because of our limitation and a sense of helplessness. This is called as bondage. We carry various notions in our mind. Even, as you must have seen in your discussion group, everyone expressing themselves, but if you're not clear about the terms and terminologies that have been used, there are some which we commonly use and we have made a very strong opinion about those terms. Again, some terms are actually in the scriptures with the knowledge that the rishis have. Take it as though we take it for granted that everybody knows about it. Now, when we use the word God, Ishvara, Brahman, consciousness, very often all these words are sometimes taken as synonyms, sometimes as though they are completely separate. A very brief revision so that the following subject becomes very, very clear to us. The scriptures and the realized masters have pointed out that there is only one indivisible reality or truth. Logically, direct experience, precedence, scriptures, all that there is only one. For a simple understanding, the Atma, the self, the essence in everyone, and Atma means the self, is of the nature of existence, consciousness, and is infinite, unlimited, and therefore fulfilling Ananda. For us as human beings to understand, Atma is pure consciousness, Chit, pure consciousness, unlimited, when this consciousness is identified with the body, mind and intellect. Even to say that consciousness identifies is a misnomer. But for our understanding that when this maya, this ignorance, this delusion takes place, that I am the body, mind and intellect, these are equipments that we can be conscious of. They are object of my consciousness, but I consider themselves to be me. Then their limitations get superimposed on me, the consciousness. Yeah. And this individual me, separate from others, different from others, due to our past actions, our desires, our gunas, our temperament, each one of us has a certain personality, individuality. Personality, individuality. And this personality, individuality is what through our actions, through our thoughts, we have made impressions which are called as vasanas, our personality traits, our belief patterns, our qualities, etc. And according to all our different karmas and gunas, each one of us has a certain temperament, a certain aptitude, a certain like and dislike, and certain abilities also. Certain abilities. Because generally we say, oh, we know what vasana means, no? Personality traits. And broadly in this world, these personality traits are divided into 4, classified. Just like the multiple tastes we have been classified under certain categories, sweet, sour. But otherwise there are so many shades of taste that we have, but broadly classified as pungent, spicy for our understanding, sweet, like that. Same way, human beings are classified as sattvic, though predominantly sattvic. And such people, their natural tendency is towards knowledge, which all again will the 13th, 14th, 17th, 18th chapters, Bhagwan will elaborate. Yeah? So that caste that has been criticized is a classification. It is not what it deteriorated into, or it is being pointed out as, and what we are constantly pointed out as, it becomes also like that. Yeah? It is not about equality, inequality, because Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself says that whatever as far as your karma is concerned, even if you can only do sweeping, do your sweeping well. If only you can do a job of a mason, do it well. That is for your progress, whether material progress or even spiritual progress. So no such distinctions of untouchability or high, low was there in what is said in our scriptures and the rishis. But human beings, whether it is class system, whether it is gender, whether it is color, where are they not going to distort it? Because all comes because of our identification with these limited equipments, and therefore the perceiver, feeler, thinker, doer, enjoyer, this which philosophically is called as ego. Arrogance, pride, etc. are effect of this ego. We call that as ego. But ego means this sense of individuality. So this sense of individuality comes, and according to our vasanas, past impressions, not only we have got certain likes and dislikes, preferences, not only as far as our objects of desires are concerned, but even our activity is according to these temperaments. And when Bhagavan says that I created all these types of beings, because everything that is there is from Bhagavan. Now, what do we call as God, Ishvara, Bhagavan? That very same existence consciousness, when functions through the totality, the total body means total matter of the world. Therefore, every tree, every stone has got a body. Every planet has got a body. When identified with the totality, the total mind and intellect is called as Ishvara, the Lord of the universe. Actually, what we commonly call as God, generator, ordainer, destroyer, creator, sustainer, and dissolver. That is Ishvara. And what Bhagavan has said in the beginning of this chapter, Ishvara, knowing his true absolute nature as the unconditioned consciousness, and therefore when Bhagavan is speaking that I am Aja, I am Avyaya, I am unborn, I am imperishable, in me there is no change or any modification, that Bhagavan is talking. And we have to use these words like true love. If love is not true, it is not love. Yeah? So when you say our true nature, yeah? So therefore, when you see Bhagavan speaking, and that's why if you see Gurudev's commentary, he doesn't in any way confuse you between Ishvara and self, Atma. That Bhagavan Krishna that you see as a personality or even God figure is speaking as the Atma, which is the Atma of everyone. Therefore, if people would come up and say, Swamiji, whose avatar are you, to Gurudev? Whose avatar are you? Gurudev said, you are also an avatar. Because from where have you manifested? From the devil? Yeah. Only difference is you don't know. Yeah. And an avatar knows. Yeah. That's why Krishna says, I know them all, you don't know it. That's the difference between Jiva and Ishvara. But in essence, both are the same. And therefore, Bhagavan says, one who knows the secret of my birth, that without changing, it is only with your identification that you are appearing to be born, therefore changing and dying. But one who knows that Atma, again you have to use the word, your true self, your higher self. That Atma is unborn, unchanging, etc. Now when Bhagwan says that I created all these beings, so you are the doer, karta. And we know, we've been taught also, that the doer is the one who gets the result. So if you have created all the types of beings, again Bhagwan's creation is just like parents create a playhouse, a garden, a nursery for children. Are they creating for themselves? Therefore, neither they are attached to it, nor they fight over the toys. But children start thinking, this is mine. And why? Because they want and they enjoy the play, and therefore sometimes they enjoy, sometimes they fight, sometimes they laugh, sometimes they cry. Is it not? But the parent has built it, or the parents have built it for the children according to their age, according to their want, according to their temperament. If the child has got, an engineering kind of a temperament, therefore they will get them all Legos and those kind of toys. If it's got a medicinal temperament, then get them all stethoscopes. When we were children, that's the toys we used to get, isn't it? In that, parent has got no want. According to your wants is the world that is created for you. Clear? So all these 3 verses that we did yesterday, it make it clear. But Bhagwan is speaking throughout the Bhagavad Gita, as the consciousness, which is our essential nature, and as the Lord of the totality, Ishvara. And Ishvara knows everything. Jiva doesn't even know himself or herself. So we are identified with these equipments, and because of our limitations and our notions that we carry, that is vasanas, we have certain desires, and to fulfill those desires or to achieve the object of that desire, we do karma, action. When we do the action, there is a result of action, and you're working for that result of action because you want to enjoy it. Nobody wants to suffer. Therefore, anxiety, will I get it, will I not get it? Fear of failure and not getting what you want. And when you get it, if it is not exactly as you expected it, as you wished it, then there is disappointment. And if it is to your wishes or expectations, there is joy. So the joy and sorrow component is how we react to the result of our action, which we call as karma phala, the fruits of action. When we react to it and experience joy and sorrow, we create an impression in the form of we like what we enjoy and we hate what we find as suffering. However, all these are notions in our mind. Some of you who don't drink will wonder, how can people take that stinking vitrified liquid, is it not? Others will wonder how these people from Andhra and Telangana can eat food which just burns your tongue. See, according to our past habits, what we are used to, and our desires, we create these likes and dislikes, which further creates desire in the intellect, planning and agitation in the mind, and action at the physical level. And when the result comes, there is a physical gain or a physical loss. But how the mind identifies with it, you experience joy and sorrow according to its likes and dislikes, which further creates likes and dislikes, intensifies your likes and dislikes, therefore multiplies your desires and your hatreds also. And this continuous chain of action, reaction, creates what we call as our samsara, for which even we take birth, we die, and again take birth. These ideas we have to understand clearly. Now I repeat, consciousness identified with the body, mind and intellect is this present jiva, or what we say philosophically as, in English, as ego. Identification. The same consciousness functioning through the totality is God or Ishvara. It is Ishvara who knows everything, is giving this knowledge as Krishna. So whenever Krishna is talking about himself with the knowledge, he is talking about yourself also. Your self. And revealing that. Now, Bhagavan said that those who come to know my birth and my karma, my actions, they are also freed from this samsara. They attain my being, means they attain my nature. Not that they become like me. They attain my nature, they attain me. And me here means they discover their infinite self, which is the self of Ishvara, Bhagavan. This, I hope, think over it, reflect over it, be very clear about it. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.